It is Tuesday, October 26th, October 27th, about an hour and a half after the market closed. And as you can see on the charts right here, we don't have a tremendous amount of help from the market today. We kind of just chopped around. NASDAQ looked a little bit weaker than the overall market. The Dow is kind of still digesting the earnings that we have. We really didn't move in one direction or the other today. You can clearly see here on this lower right-hand chart here, the Dow actually barely took out the two-day lows. Spiders actually kind of flirted with the lows but never followed through with any kind of momentum, and you can see here the NASDAQ actually did. So I guess really the bigger picture here is nothing as far as the market's concerned with the wind at our back was there today. So everything today was pretty stock specific, and you can see yesterday's high and yesterday's low here in the VIX. When the VIX is obvious, everything's pretty easy as you saw here, but today you can clearly see that the VIX was just chopping around, barely peeking its head above the two-day high here. So you can technically say here this $25 level in the VIX is going to be resistance. I seriously doubt that all this bullish action that we've had for the last 7 months is just going to disappear over a week. So I'm actually looking for the VIX to sell off a little bit tomorrow, hold this 25 level, and maybe get a little bit of a rally in the market. So anything that you're looking at today should be geared towards stocks that did not sell off today, that actually exhibited a little bit of strength. What we're going to do is go into a couple of trades today that were really obvious or were producing some pretty consistent money today. So first one we're going to actually start out with here is in Starbucks. You could see yesterday on Starbucks it finally got below the 20-period moving average on the daily, and we've had this nice down-stepping action here on the hourly charts. Now, what's interesting that we talked a lot about today was you got to use the hourly charts to set up some longer-term trades, but you're going to ultimately trade those trades on the shorter time frame. And you can see here what happened yesterday in Starbucks, this basically 5-hour pause in the direction of the order flow to the downside led to you being very prepared to trade the stock today. So we know that the opening range breakout's a big trade that we take. Opening range actually opened below yesterday's low, about as perfect as you can get. Even if you didn't trade the opening range breakout, as soon as it broke down at 1975, right after that, at around 1950 to 1960, we had a beautiful 10-cent pause that lasted about 25 minutes. You get involved on the first piece of the trade there, sells off, closes below that low around 1940. You add to the piece. We traded another 20-cent trading range for about an hour to 2 hours, and then we sell off down to 19. So it's a very, very clean 75-cent trade to the downside. And you can see here it actually ended in exhaustion as well as being support from the end of September. So you had a lot of reasons to be short Starbucks. Very clear on the hourly. Broke the 50-period moving average on the daily today. Very nice opening range breakdown below the previous day's low. Half-hour pause after that breakdown. Another 2-hour trading range after that. And a nice clean push down to the figure at $19, and you get out of the trade into exhaustion. Another trade that was very nice today was LVS, Las Vegas Sands. Again, we have some very nice price action here, starting with the daily charts. We break down below the 50-period moving average, which has held up as support for a few months now. And you can see this stair-stepping action on the hourly chart. We start to push down. The point that I want to make here is one that you must take on a daily basis into the market. I say it over and over again, long or short only. Now, if you took this opening range breakdown trade, it actually did follow through pretty good. It pushed down, followed through, and came in for about 50 cents. Now, here's the next trade to make in this stock. It's below every single time frame except for the 200-period moving average. So you got to be looking for nothing but short sales right now in this stock. You throw short sales out there, and you're short, and now you rally, and you're looking for your next shorting opportunity. Well, you know what? You don't get it here on the first one at 11 o'clock, but you do get a very clean bearish U-turn over here right around 11:30. So if you're looking for shorts only, it's below the hourly, below the daily, below the 15, below the 50. Everything is telling you to keep looking for sell shorts, and this is why we keep harping on long only or short only. You should be ready for this trade, and the stock sells off $1. You got to be ready for that. You can't be saying, oh, well, I tried short it over here at 11 o'clock and it didn't work out. You got to be all over this stock and ready to make the next trade. Next one, very, very similar setup is XRT. Okay, today we finally got below the 20 on the daily, clearly below the hourly over the last couple of days. And you can see here clearly we're below the 15, so the shorter term momentum and the order flow is to the downside. Same exact thing here. Opening range broke below the 2-day low in the direction of all of this order flow. You take the trade, it sells off on the first pause here, comes in around 60 cents. Okay, wherever you end up booking this profit, it doesn't matter. You should still only be looking for a sell short in XRT. Well, you rally, you're not getting short yet. You rally again, you're not getting short yet. Well, here's what you get. You start getting this momentum to the downside in the direction of the order flow. It's textbook scenarios for looking to get short. Momentum in the direction of all of this other order flow. Push down, pause, push down, pause, push down, all the way down to 34.80. The stock sells off $1.20 from the highs. Even if you get the middle of it, you still should have got 60 cents. So remember, coming into the day, if you don't get the first entry, you don't get the second entry. If you're long or short only, you're eventually going to get a trade that's going to play itself out. And there's two stocks right here, LVS and XRT, that gave you good entries. Starbucks was a great trade out of the previous day's low on the hourly pause from yesterday, ending in a perfect exhaustion trade. On top of that, we had some very, very good 10-cent and 20-cent pauses there to really manage your risk and get involved in the direction of that order flow. So if you didn't make what you should have today, there was some money out there to be made. Go over your stocks, see if there was anything long only or short only that you could have taken advantage of, where maybe you got stopped out on one of your original trades. All right, I will see you tomorrow.